Welcome back, everybody, to another enlightening season of Collaboration Over Competition, a platform that dives deep into the incredible outcomes that arise when collaboration takes center stage. I'm your guest host as we talk about collaboration over competition, Samuel David, and today's episode promises to be nothing short of inspiring. But first, before we jump in, we got to shout out our sponsors who make this podcast possible. Today's episode is brought to you by Greatness Vodka, a local Black-owned liquor company here in Wichita, Kansas. Greatness Vodka offers 3 amazing flavors: peach, cherry, original, and their new strawberry pineapple flavor. Ooh, I can't wait to taste that one.
That sounds good.
That was good.
That sounds amazing. All distilled 6 times using white corn. Experience greatness in every sip with Greatness Vodka. All right, now we're going to get into the show. Today, we are thrilled. I'm excited. I'm honored. I'm privileged to welcome the powerhouse team behind the Blackout ICT Awards show, which is a celebration highlighting the achievements of Black entrepreneurs and creatives in Wichita, Kansas. Like Fab and Neo say, I'm a movement. I'm a force by myself.
We're a force when we together.
Come on now. Our guests today are the aspiring founders, Julia Brown, Ashlee Norris, Erin Garcia, and Paris Walker. These 4 dynamic women have united to create an event that fosters community collaboration and recognition, and a little backlash sometimes, but y'all shake the haters off. With the next Blackout ICT Awards show just around the corner in September, we are eager to hear their stories, insights, and what we can look forward to this year. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Now, before we jump into the show, something I love about collaboration over competition. We got a question that we love to ask at the start, right? It really gets into the heart of our guests' thoughts on our philosophy about collaboration over competition. And we can start from this side. We'll start with Erin.
Oh, snap.
No pressure. But just share, what does the idea of collaboration over competition mean to you?
I feel like that's one of our main focuses, really. That's why we're doing what we do, because that's what we believe, collaboration over competition. I feel like we stronger together.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
Yeah, that part.
Off tops. Ashlee?
Well, maybe on like a business side, like on our full-time jobs,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all of us have worked together at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never.
I've worked with everybody.
Yeah, Erin's worked with everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, like now, me and
We're all
Erin, we're work together.
Yeah.
We do just about the same stuff.
Yeah.
We all do just about the same stuff, except for the lace layer over here. Ain't nobody touching that. But,
Word.
yeah, I mean that's what it means to me. I guess on a business level outside of the show, that we should be able to come together and work together.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Come on now.
Can you repeat the question? I mean, look, I'll be into people's answers.
No, you good. So just really want to know what does the idea of collaboration over competition mean to you?
I mean, when it comes down to collaboration, I just really feel like everybody's been saying, we just better together. A lot of times people don't know how to handle being in the same setting as somebody as talented as them. And so, just naturally emotions might occur that you might not understand, might be, just more on the negative side. But to kind of conquer those feelings and be like, there's no reason or no, to be afraid of that person. Why not? Instead of the fear, let's conquer that and let's collab. So that's
I like that. Julia, what about you?
I'm just gonna reiterate what Neo said. I'm a movement by myself, but a force when we're together. Like I really, really, truly do believe that. Like just coming together as a unit. Like all the ladies have said, we all do pretty much the same thing. Yeah. We're able to come together. We have our own separate businesses, and now we're in a one together with all 4 of us. And it's just nice to be able to bounce ideas off of each other. Everybody has different ideas, and when you bring them together, like instead of doing all the gatekeeping and bringing them together, like it's just better together.
Off tops. Diversity of thought is such a real thing.
Yeah.
Because we only know what we know.
Right.
And when you get so many great minds together, it's fire. I had the opportunity to interview Alexis Scott one time, and such a dope, when this similar question arose, and she was talking about when you in the same lane as somebody, right? And her thought, and I got to say her name because I got to credit where I got the thought from, right? But was, if I'm in the same lane as you, then that means if you get a flat tire, I can pull up behind you and help you out.
Right.
And I was like, that's a bar, I'm stealing it. So I stole it and I said it to them. So ladies, as we speak about collaboration, can you share the story behind the inception of the Blackout ICT Awards show and what inspired the four of you to start this initiative?
Well, okay. So it was an idea that I had, an award show. Paris had a similar idea. It was for cosmetologists, really. That was really where this started, for, like the beauty business, beauty industry, beauty barber industry. We wanted to honor the beauty industry. Paris had another idea, which was similar to kind of what I was wanting to do, but she was wanting us to, Paris, what was it? Like,
I mean,
really more, it was
just
collaboration
building.
and
we
building.
wanted to build us up because, you know, we just always see like these business, or I personally was seeing a lot of the Black businesses in Wichita getting together and having, you know, these collaboration and stuff, and they really just didn't even include us into those circles. And so we would be in the shop doing these people's hair, getting them ready, listening to all the fun stuff they about to do, but they never, to me, made me feel like I was a business person. So I was like, shoot, I know some dope people, so let me call my cousin Erin. Erin, what you think? Come over to my house, you know, and then we started just kind of going back and forth, like, girl, like she was having the same thoughts, like we were, you know, trying to basically not make us feel important, but help us feel appreciated, because we do stand on our feet, you know, and this is our life. It was our life. And so I'm like, well, hey, if this is what we doing and we dedicating so much time, shoot, we need to be feeling good about what we doing too. Right. So why not? And then we brought in the barbers. You know, my husband's a barber. You know, Julie's husband's a barber. And then it got to makeup artists, because everybody, you know, we just started expanding and expanding. And the more people we included, they kind of was just appreciative that we even did it for them. So we just kind of, you know, started from that and built on. We trusted Ashlee everywhere we went to see her decorations and everything. Her presentation was amazing. So we were just thinking about like dope people at the time that we kind of started in 2019. We was just like, who do we know? Who can we call? Who can we add to this group? But we didn't want it huge. We just needed something small to where we can just, you know, trust that and go.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so poetic. So it sounds like almost in a moment of feeling excluded, y'all made something major. For all. There's power in that. Ooh, y'all better work then. Listen.
And now it has gotten bigger than us. I mean, we all have full-time jobs, families, spouses, kids, you know, whatever. And, and then we have the show. So it's big.
100%.
It's big. And me, I'm the overachiever,
okay,
the overthinker. So I'm already thinking about what we can do to top this show.
Word.
Already. They don't know that.
But you
already.
But
I'm already thinking about it.
What's your sign, Ashlee?
I'm what am I? I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, say less. I love it. So as we talk about going bigger, right, making a type of impact, let's talk a little bit about the community impact. Right. So these award show, it celebrates Black entrepreneurs and creatives in Wichita. How have you seen the community evolve? Right. So you talk about 2019, you get hit with the pandemic, and we come out of the pandemic a little bit after that, right? How have you seen the community evolve since the first award show? And what impact do you guys feel like the Blackout ICT Awards have had in that space?
I've seen you go ahead. I've seen a lot of Black businesses just be birthed, you know, since COVID. Like we had to grind in COVID. We couldn't work. I couldn't go to work for 3-4 months. We were at home, so we had to figure it out. And so I feel like COVID was a big, you know, time, and then when did we have the show? That was
the first one. Was
show in 2019. And then like I just saw a lot of Black businesses being birthed after that. Like I feel like we had our show. It's honoring Black entrepreneurs. You know, that highlights the businesses. So it was like a lot of people like, let me put myself out there. Let me show what I can do. Let me show my talents. And so I feel like that's my take on it.
I love that.
I forgot what I was going to say. I just know. What was the question?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really, since have you seen the community evolve?
Just how have we seen it evolve?
Since the first award show?
Basically what she said.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of lit a fire under some people's butt. Like, okay, well, for one, people's egos now. Well, that first one, you know, they may have seen somebody win something and they felt like they was the best. So, but it's like, hey, out of sight, out of mind. Are you showcasing yourself?
Right. Yeah.
And really what this is about, it really is not about who's the best.
Right.
I know that makes it fun or whatever, but it's really to shine light on all of the businesses, all the talent that we have here in Wichita. 100%. That's really what it's about.
100%. I love that.
So, just the exposure, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
And exposure is real. I think my favorite thing when I've been to the awards is watching like the passion as people accept the award. They're like really shocked, like, oh snaps, like my people pulled up, like wow, right. That's so it's just amazing because it's
that is fun to watch.
To be recognized for your gifts, for your craft is nothing beats that.
See the excitement on their faces. Like
it's always nice to be recognized.
Off top.
It is.
So let's talk a little bit about challenges and triumphs. Because we deal with life be lifing, right? So talk a little bit, right? What were some of the biggest challenges? Oh, okay, y'all want to. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Ooh, you're the only one not drinking. What are some of y'all too funny. No, really though. What were some of the biggest challenges that you all faced in organizing the past and the upcoming award show, especially considering the pandemic?
I would say our first one was the backlash. I don't think we even considered the type of backlash that we did, like that we got. I mean, like the first one was completely funded by us. We funded it ourselves. So like we're like, oh my gosh, we putting this on our community and we funded it and we doing so good, like we doing such a good job. And then boom, the next day after the show, my Lord, who's these 4 chicks doing da-da-da? I mean, there was another word said, but I'm not gonna say it. But
these cosmetology bees.
Yeah, so, and then how do you address that, right? So we're all individual business owners. Like, we're all pretty prominent in the community. Like, we want to address it, but we can't.
Yeah.
We gotta be professional.
We gotta be professional. So then I would say, like, our next award show, my brother passed in the middle of the show.
Condolences.
So, thank you. But then trying to pick up from that, this award show, Paris' sister-in-law passed.
Yeah.
Condolences. So, life be hitting, don't it?
Before the first show, her dad passed.
Yeah. Right before the first show.
We pushed through. Like it's something like a lot of people think that we just kind of come together to do this and just, pick and choose what we want to do and who we want to do it for. That's not even the case. We need as much participation as possible. Right. Y'all's the city's energy feeds our energy. Right. Like the feedback, we don't like it, but I mean, I take it like criticism because if you tell me, y'all feel like we this or y'all feel like we that, I'm gonna tell you and show you we not. I take it more like a challenge. Like, well, talk to me then. So I'm not offended by nobody and what they gotta say. You always gonna have sour grapes, of course. But like Erin was saying, this isn't even about winning and losing. This is about highlighting. Through the pandemic, we seen so many people getting PPP loans and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I feel like that was, even though however they did it, if they did it right or whatever, they still had money to fund whatever they wanted to fund, and they was lit up by whatever was happening with the Blackout crew, because you did see so many entrepreneurs pushing through at that time. It was heavy at that time. And then you can get money from the government to do it, whether that's legal, however they did it, you see even more businesses birthed after that. Yeah. They whether they held on to it or not, that's up to them. But I just seen like a lot of passion. I felt a lot of, I'm not gonna work for nobody else. I'm gonna go get my own. And so that alone just, I credit that to Blackout.
Come on now. Period. It's funny you talk about not being able to address it because y'all business, right? Y'all business women. I'm a rapper, so I be saying what the hell I want a lot of times. And I dropped a song, and I didn't credit fully the Blackout ICT as part of the inspiration, but it was called Critics, right? And one of the lines in there is, how you never there but be the first to offer commentary. Because I noticed a lot of, in barbershop conversation with people, right? A lot of it was all these opinions, but I'm like, I didn't even see you there.
Right.
Right. And I think that's a frustration. And I love how y'all stay graceful.
Yeah.
And y'all continue to push the mission forward because that takes power.
That. I mean, the basis of our group, on top of us all knowing each other, is faith. So it is our faith. And so, and even now, we all four of us individually are probably the most busiest in our career that we have probably ever been. So just being transparent, like us meeting in this award show and getting stuff together has been the most difficult this year. But that's because all of our careers are taking us to a totally different place.
So as you talk collaboration, right, and overcoming those challenges, being more busy, do you all find yourselves bringing more people in, or do you just hold it down through yourselves?
We've been holding it down.
This is right here.
That's power. Yeah. Okay, I love it. I love it. So looking at the categories that are in the award show, right, you all have expanded some of the categories. You've introduced several new ones over the years, right? How do you decide what categories to add, and what does that process look like? Do y'all have a collaborative effort involved? Do you take feedback that was offered? It's like,
we listen to the feedback.
Yeah, we listen to the feedback.
We listen to the community. Like, after the show, or even sometimes before the show, we get a lot of people in the inbox like, what about this category? Can y'all add this category and this category? And the truth of it is we can't add all the categories at once. So like we've started to just add on like as the years go. We've had like certain ones that we started with that we like to keep, you know, because that was what birthed the Blackout.
For sure.
Like your cosmetology, your barbers, and you know, stuff in the industry that we're in, that we're a part of. But we've added so many new categories this year that I know people are excited about, and we got feedback for that. You know, like they wanted to see these new categories, so that's what happened. That's how we got them.
So if your category is not on there this year,
say something.
Say something. We try to rotate.
Yes,
but, you know.
gotta rotate.
Yes, I love it. What's your favorite category?
This year?
This year.
I don't have one.
I like all of them. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite.
Mine was a sports one.
The sports one? Okay.
Only because for years people was wanting us to do something for the sports.
Right.
And for the life of me, I wish somebody in Wichita would have did an ESPY or something.
Let me say,
You know,
I did not want no sports.
We can't do that.
Erin didn't. She didn't want the sport. But
I did not.
me and Paris have kids that are
Y'all
sports
had
moms.
award show.
Let me tell you.
Sports moms.
Sports moms.
Yes.
And these people is out here getting, like, they run an organization.
They are.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, I hear, you know, we try to stay within our, you know, our group.
Yeah.
But to me, this year, adding the sports was good. Like, that was big for me.
Yeah.
And I really like all the nominees. I do. I like the
excited about it.
nominees. I do.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, a question I want to ask is, again, as we speak on categories, because I think sometimes there's confusion for folks to recognize how to nominate and how to be a part of a category. What does that process look like, especially for next year? Because this year is sold up, right? For next year, what does that process look like for someone to be selected, then nominated for the category?
Basically, we make a Facebook post and Instagram this year. I think we were able to do the Instagram post this year. And basically, we just have people come. We lay out our categories. Well, before we get the categories, we ask people, you know, to just comment what categories you would like to see. Then we go ahead and finalize the categories. Once we put the categories out, we have people just come and nominate for each category. And basically, how that process goes is they can vote. And whoever has the most votes, the top 5, that's how we narrow it down to the nominees. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say, Julia, is y'all don't pick the people.
No, the community.
The community.
The people.
We do not pick.
Picks the people.
Right.
The people
The
pick
community.
So if you don't solicit
Yes.
your clientele or whatever you do to nominate you, then you're not going to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Yeah. And we might need to, I don't think we talked about this, we might need to figure out a way to like get more people outside of Facebook, because everybody don't have Facebook. Everybody doesn't have social media.
Right.
So we might have to figure out a way. And it's not like we're not trying to exclude anybody.
Right.
We want everybody to be a part of this situation. Well, this event.
For
and
sure.
We might need to figure out a way to like get, I don't know, radio. I don't know. But to try to get more people that can, you know, nominate their people. Because we do get a lot of feedback from people like, so-and-so should be on the nomination list. I think we had somebody in the inbox the other day ask us, like, can we add somebody to the list? And we're like, the list is
It's
final.
pull up and pop out.
Yeah.
But if you, I'll say from Samuel David, if you have a business, I strongly encourage you to have a social media presence, right? Because that is extremely important in 2024 and moving forward. Because That's how we stay connected socially.
Right.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about some cultural impact. And it's kind of going a little bit deeper than the question I asked a little bit earlier, right? In what ways do you see the Blackout ICT Awards influencing the cultural landscape of Wichita? Have there been any noticeable changes in how Black excellence is perceived and celebrated in the city?
Which one y'all go into that?
I see a lot more. I see a lot more Black mixers coming along.
Word.
Shout out to Miss Connie.
Yeah,
she goes hard. She's been going hard for like this
Mm-hmm.
whole entire year with her brunches and then the Black mixers that she's had. I just see a lot more of that stuff. A lot more of inviting us to be in the room.
Yeah.
And that's important.
I love that. I know I've had conversations with different people that are on the ballots from previous years to this year, and a lot of times one of the things that come up is, oh, I didn't know about this person. Now I got to dive deeper into it, right? And I think that's super dope. Again, going back to highlighting the excellence that's popping off, right? Because we got so much Black dope stuff moving.
Yes, we do.
I say for the last 3-4 years, it's been like a Black renaissance in Wichita and Kansas in general, right? From Create Campaign on the business side to the Gathering, again on the business side, the Blackout ICT, highlighting what's popping. Man, it's just so much, man. And we see y'all and appreciate y'all to the max.
Thank you.
So personal journeys, and I like to say that just so y'all know where we're going with it, get your mind framed around it. Each of y'all ladies run a successful business, as you mentioned earlier. How do your personal experiences as entrepreneurs influence how you shape the award show? And how do you balance your individual businesses with your collective efforts in organizing the show?
Trying to balance.
Balance is hard.
Balance.
Balance is
Trying
hard.
to find the balance is probably the main part of that. Like with owning a business, I don't know. I've had my salon for 8.5 years.
Yeah.
And it keeps me pretty busy. So like we were talking about earlier, we try to meet weekly, and sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes it's like one person can't make it, a couple of people can't make it, and then we have to try to figure out how to get on a call at late at night, So just trying to find a balance between it all, because we all are very busy in our shops, all of us.
For sure.
And wives and mothers.
Yeah.
And
We all have kids.
All the things.
My
Sports
husband.
cracking off.
My son is both of my kids are heavily involved in sports, so that's another challenge. On the weekends, we try to get together, but it's like our weekends be full with tournaments. So
I'm a basketball dad coach. It's real.
I see y'all out there recently.
Just trying to get to it, you feel me?
Oh, yeah.
But I think that part is so important as business owners, even if we remove Blackout ICT from it, right? I think that's a word for the businesses that are highlighted, is to recognize how to balance, right, real life on top of that work, right? I think it was Tabitha Brown was talking about, everybody asked me how I got here. And it's like, I showed y'all. Y'all wasn't paying attention through everything I was doing, that I'm posting and things like that. So it's real. It's real. That balance ain't no joke.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes down to balance, it has been hard for us this year. But I mean, spending your time on what you need to spend your time on and using the best of your time when you don't have a lot of time is really all you can do. So, I mean, just attacking it when we know we can start a meeting at 9:00, we know we have plenty of time, whether we going into the wee hours of the morning, we know we have that space versus hitting and missing different appointments. Some of us, like Jules was saying, we can make it. Some of us can't. So I really feel like us just banding together when it comes down to the Blackout unit, we just kind of we can be 4 places at once. And so we just trust each other to carry the vision. And so to come back with, us to be, okay, so-and-so said this, and we kind of all have jobs. That's kind of how we balance this with our own personal jobs. And so when it comes down to our personal job, that's going to run how, we've all pretty much built our shops up in our schedules up to online booking. Y'all got to tap in. If y'all can't reach us, that's when those systems kind of take place. And if you either get with that or you don't, this is how you reach us or you don't. So with so much going on, I feel like building the systems around us that work for us and help us to make the most of time just kind of helps benefit what we do just all the way.
That's a bar. Building them systems in place. Almost like some automation situation.
Automation.
So I can't help but notice it's for y'all. Right? And y'all come from, like you said, owning your own situation, being solopreneurs to now this group situation. Who breaks the tie when y'all ain't agreeing? Who's like, you know what?
It's hard. That's hard.
How do y'all mediate and find compromise to the bigger picture collectively.
We grown. That's how we grown.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
Ain't nobody got
we
time for
are
that. We're
four
grown.
individuals,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
will make a decision.
Yeah.
For sure.
The decisions get made.
They get made.
We
Yeah,
do
they get
vote a
made.
lot. You know, that's how a lot of our decisions are made. Our
Yeah.
based off of vote. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, you know, the majority is gonna win.
Word.
And sometimes it might be half and half,
Mhm.
or on
Okay.
the opposite end. So it
Yeah.
just in those moments, you know, we just kind of gotta.
We
figure
table
it
it
out.
and we
Yeah.
come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ain't no mama, big sister.
We
any
work
of the
it
group?
out,
No,
It's-
no,
everybody-
we work it out.
That's word. That's,
Yeah.
and again, that's power. That's power because
Yeah.
it's equitable in
Yeah.
that space. I love it. I love it. So, future vision. What are you ladies' long-term goals for the Blackout ICT Awards, and how do you envision it growing in the next 5 years? And how can the community continue to support this collaborative effort?
We always looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Amen.
We're always.
Sponsorships.
Is this thing going?
Yes.
Yes.
We
Looking
are
for
always.
sponsors.
They are available right now
Always.
as we speak.
Looking for sponsors.
Yes. And then sponsors are, I'm gonna say that sponsors are so important, right? Because it
Yes.
shows the community support of the vision,
Yes.
right? It's something
Right.
bigger than right now. It's
Right.
it's a true investment into the opportunities
Correct.
to grow. So yes. What else?
I would love to see us at Century too.
Talk
Yeah,
that. Okay.
But you know, my mind. Yeah.
I see the vision.
Okay.
Without vision, the people perish. Come on now.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. For the Blackout, 5 years from now, on the business side, running itself.
Yeah.
Running
For sure.
itself.
Yep.
Where
love
we
that.
can come in and just make sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the business side.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. More
Expanding.
automation.
And running
Expanding.
itself. Yeah.
You can
Just
tell
wanna
I'm an
show her.
automatic person.
Take the work out of it. Come
Man.
on.
It's already just grown
It
to
is.
something that I don't think we expected it to be.
Yeah.
So
Pretty big.
I'm just excited to see where it goes from here, really.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because y'all 5 years in, right?
Yeah.
Started
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
Took a year off for
Yeah.
COVID.
Mhm.
So has there been a moment where y'all was like, yo, we really did this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. After
yeah.
each show, like both of the
Oh,
first
yeah.
shows, the
Mhm.
first two shows, we had that moment. It's like, whew,
I didn't
We
think
gotta
I
do
had it
it.
until the second one.
really?
I didn't have it
after
at the first one.
I had it the
Yeah.
first.
I had it the first.
The first was my
I had it
favorite.
Some type of
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Like,
I
First
had
was
it
my
at the first.
favorite.
Yeah.
Like,
Just because it
at
was
the
raw.
We made that happen.
Yeah.
100%.
Like,
100%.
The
What-
first show, I don't think it was sold out, but it was packed.
It was
Yeah.
packed.
And then
Yeah.
the last show we sold out. So we were like,
There was different excitements and different
Yeah.
ones, you know.
Okay.
Well, definitely hitting that sold out. It hit different.
that did.
Yeah,
that,
it
was,
sure
that was
does.
pretty dope.
Word.
That was
Like,
dope.
sorry, we can't let nobody in.
Yeah.
Like, we want y'all to come, but
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
we had to go bigger this year. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
we can run into the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's a
we
good problem
will.
to have.
We will.
For
That's
big.
a
Yeah,
good
we will.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Ashley said, afterwards, you just ready for the next. You think about the next one
Oh,
already?
yeah.
Off
I,
top?
yeah. I already got stuff.
We
That's so
trying to
sick
do
of me.
this.
Like, it's not even funny.
Ashley.
And I'm at the shop with her every day, so she be
we
stressing
can't
me
even
out.
imagine what
Don't
Erin
be
be.
stressed.
I was
Man,
like,
don't
you want to
be
do what?
stressed. Y'all know.
Sit down somewhere.
I can
Before-
plan events in my sleep. so,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
that's her
Yeah.
thing.
That's
That's
what
her
she
thing. That's one of
does.
her other businesses
Yeah.
is
Okay.
event planning. So it's nothing to her.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
I mean, I think the goal is to go so big, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we got to scale it back here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Might
we
need to
got to
put you
scale
on
it
the
back.
team because I need
Yeah.
somebody else to think like me.
Listen, come on. Come on.
Okay.
For real though. So, new talent. And this is a Blackout ICT question as well as, again, individual entrepreneurs. What advice would you all give to young entrepreneurs and creatives in Wichita who aspire to be part of the Blackout ICT Awards?
Put yourself out there.
Showcase your talents
Showcase
and
your
your
talents.
work,
Word.
your
Yeah.
gifts.
Post, make posts.
Yes.
I saw somebody post something the other day. Like, it don't matter how many likes you get on it. You know, post and represent your business.
Yeah.
Because somebody sees it. You
Yeah.
know, no matter if they liking it or engaging in it, they see it.
Yeah.
100%.
So you got to post and put yourself out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But not even that, like just business wise, have your affairs and your books in order.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could post all day, you could serve people all day.
Yeah.
But if you aren't a business minded and have great customer service, it's not gonna work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So have all that in order to take as many classes about your craft as you can.
Continued education is always a plus, even for our businesses.
Yeah.
That's why be a master and then be better than that.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it. And I love what y'all said about constantly posting and engaging too, though, right? Because like a lot of times, even as an artist, as a creative, I'm like, yo, okay, I'm gonna drop this and then I'm on to the next. But I done heard the same song since last year. I done seen the same commercials 100 different times, right? And it's so important to continue to. And books gotta be.
They do.
Listen.
That's a hard one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it's because then it's work.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just that
work.
passion or that hobby. Then it's work.
Yeah.
And
Gotta put the work in.
gotta put the work in. Can't just make it look cute. So speaking of making it look cute, behind the scenes, right? Can y'all give us a behind the scenes look at what goes into planning and executing the Blackout ICT Awards every year?
A lot.
It's a lot.
Walkthroughs, taste testings.
Meetings.
Everybody that's involved in the
on
show.
top of meetings.
Yeah, there's a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
Word.
But thankfully, like,
Invoices.
a lot of invoices. We already have our blueprint for the show as far as like how we want it to go, where everything goes. So we already have that. It's just taking stuff out, putting stuff in.
Yeah.
And like I said, meetings, invoices, lots of invoices. That's why we need sponsorships. So,
Yes. Say that again. I like it. How,
You said say it again.
Say it
We
again.
need sponsorships.
Sponsorship.
come on.
It just ain't even involving people like our presenters and stuff like that, like behind the scenes selecting that. Just if we see you out, because when it comes down to us selecting presenters, when we see you out, or somebody might come in and we think you dope, like that's how we kind of select our presenters. Like, they might not have a category even or a lot of people in this genre, but we want to highlight y'all. We want people to know that they are here. I think mental health champion is on there this year for Black therapists. It's a lot of people that have went through the pandemic and need Black therapy and that Black therapists and stuff like that. So like if there's like too small of categories, we'll be like, okay, let's bring them in on as a presenter or let's highlight them. But I mean, if you want to be a part of the Blackout, not as a nominee, but just involving yourself, you can always reach out to us. We kind of didn't know a lot, and then they reach out to us and we're like, matter of fact.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Another thing we need volunteers too.
Yeah,
we do.
So
we do.
adult
We need
volunteers
Yeah.
to help out with the show. So
Yeah.
if anybody listening to this today, I'm
Yeah.
gonna look into the camera. We need volunteers.
I love that.
Reach out to us.
Listen, in the
Please.
future, if y'all need a host,
Well,
Okay.
well,
they say closed mouths don't get fed.
Right. That's
I
right.
know that.
So I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
The question I gotta ask too, because my wife is an entrepreneur and
Yes.
and I can't help but put my hands in what she doing, or she come put my hands in what she doing.
Right.
Yeah.
How heavy handed are y'all spouses behind the scenes, or do they get involved, or just like
Mine does. He does. I mean, because we're busy. Like, we'll be on the
Word.
phone, like, late at night. One time we had, like, a meeting, like, a few times. We've had meetings, like, for 3-4 hours in the daytime, and then we meet at night for another 2 hours on the phone. He was like, I thought the meeting was,
And then we'll
they
see
gonna
them
be
come
earlier?
across the screen.
Yeah.
We're like, well, it's time to go.
yeah,
Oh, Lord.
that's real.
like, takes over. I mean, no, it doesn't take over our lives, but,
Yeah,
it keeps us busy.
When it's
For sure.
showtime, it's showtime.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
outside.
It's
But
time
they're
to go.
supportive, though.
Yeah.
I can definitely imagine
They gonna
they
show
support.
up.
They see
They
the
gonna look
vision.
fly. They gonna
Yeah.
be there in their suits.
100%.
Shout out Dark Mark.
I mean, I think we had Mark. He was running some errands for us.
Yeah.
Mark was bringing in some crates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, some
Little elbow grease.
don't come in
Mark.
looking
Thank you so
around.
much.
Now, I
Yes,
will
Mark.
say, when it came down to my husband, the first year when we got that backlash, he knew one of them people
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know,
No,
that,
he
that
came
was
through.
running it.
Yeah,
He had to make
yeah.
a couple calls.
Yeah.
So
See?
he ended up finding them and had a conversation. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know." Yeah, he's a protector of the whole situation.
Yeah.
Outside.
We
You know.
appreciate you.
Behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
looking and making sure we right.
Yeah, I had to get behind the scenes for my wife one time, and
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go too deep, but I because my wife's part of Bringing It Black. Shout out to Danielle, Ottoman, Felicia as well, and that would get a lot of backlash with their networking events.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna go too deep, but sometimes you gotta pop out, man.
Yeah. Pop out and
Show's
show.
cracking.
Have each
So
other's back.
you feel me? To the
Let me
max.
shout out Trey.
Okay.
And Legends Barbershop.
That part.
Trey
That part. So, upcoming event promotion, right? With the next Blackout ICT Award show, again, coming up this September. What can us as attendees expect this year? Are there any new features, any surprises that y'all particularly excited about? Anything y'all want to share exclusively?
I'm not telling you
That's
nothing.
My theme is Black Hollywood.
Black
So y'all just
Hollywood,
need to come
okay.
ready.
Just come ready.
Come ready.
Okay.
That's the thing that they don't like because we don't talk and we very like you have to come. You have to see. It's
We just
there's
wanna
no
see
other
y'all
way
there.
to explain it.
I like that. But I can imagine it's going to be a red carpet.
Yes.
You're going to have a red carpet situation. And where is it at?
The
Metroplex.
Metroplex, right? Okay. So, Black Hollywood for the show red carpet
Yeah.
at the Metroplex.
September 7th.
September 7th.
Pre-show.
Lights, camera, action.
Tickets
Lights,
on
camera,
sale
action.
now.
Right now.
And where can they get tickets at?
Online. The blackoutict.com.
Okay. And who's the host?
Keston
Ross.
Yeah,
Keston
Keston
Ross.
Ross.
Hey,
Okay,
he brings
okay.
he brings it.
brings
If y'all
the
don't know
energy.
Keston, y'all better kind of rewind back to that first show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he don't hold back.
He was crazy.
Brings the comedy too.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
who's performing?
yeah. We don't know.
Okay.
Tell
See,
you.
see,
You
I was shocked y'all told me the host, so that was good. That was good. High five. So, okay. Defining greatness. Now, this is a closing question, which is definitely courtesy of our sponsors over at Greatness Vodka. And I'll start with you, Julia, and we'll go around. And I'll repeat the question for P if I need to. What does greatness represent to you, ladies?
Greatness, I mean, Black excellence is greatness to me. Like, I just love seeing, like, Black entrepreneurs, Black people. They don't even have to be entrepreneurs, doing their thing. That is greatness to me. I'll never forget, like, when I lived in Atlanta for, like, 3 years. And when I went down there, I saw so much Black. I mean, everywhere I went, it was just Black.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it because it was just like, you don't see much of that here. You know, like, I was in banking for years. I worked at a bank. I was the only African American there. And when I went down there, it was just like Black greatness everywhere. Everywhere you go. So, I mean, that's just pretty much what greatness means to me. Is just doing great things in the community, just being great all the way around.
Off top, rooting for everybody Black.
For everybody Black.
And ain't no such thing as acting Black because we so dynamic and diverse as a Black culture.
Yeah.
You.
What? Why you playing? I'm waiting on your answer.
All right, P, what does greatness represent to you?
Greatness represents to me being comfortable in your fullness. And that means not being afraid to be completely yourself in whatever state you're in. Not, just allowing yourself to be open just with the growth process, just out loud, and just being able to walk forward in whatever stage that is, and people just being inspired by the growth they naturally seeing. That's just greatness, just to understand completely why you doing it and the purpose in which you serve it. So that's greatness, what greatness means to me. Sorry, I'm a deep person.
I'm here for it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm here for it.
It's just a little bit.
I'm
Just
here
a little
for
bit.
it.
I'll be on
Listen.
something.
I love it.
But you have to understand, like they were saying, I've been through a lot. My dad, I've been through a lot. So I've done the soul searching, and that's why I'm comfortable wherever I'm at. So
Okay.
you get the same person every time. I don't know how to be nobody else. So greatness to me is just understanding that whole calling on your life and why you even here, and it's to serve. And what are you serving in? What are you doing with your life? And it's more than just being busy. Just being purposeful, moving forward, whatever you're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. You got my spirit moving because it's not easy to do that.
It's not. It's not.
And it takes going through some shit. Excuse my language, but it takes going through it to be able to like really mold you and make you to like, yo, okay, I'm better than what I've been through. And I see why I had to go through that.
Yep.
What did I go through and what happened? What happened to me and what happened around me? Because it's a different. Man, y'all gonna get me in here.
Man, go ahead.
Ashlee.
Greatness to me would be legacy. Our foundation. always will be the Lord.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, our personal lives, we all come from very dynamic families.
Yeah.
And then just on top of that, period, Black people are so creative, so dope, so dynamic.
Yeah.
Anything and everything that we do just turns into gold, literally, in my eyes.
Come on.
So that's what it means to me.
I love it. I love it. Black gold.
Y'all pretty much said everything. I mean, you know, you just have to do things to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She always put the fist
Erin's
up.
been doing that since we started. Like, this is all she be doing. I'm like, she's like, I am not apologizing. I'm like,
She is.
go ahead. Go ahead. Just let Erin go.
I just
Go ahead.
love my piece.
I love it. I love it.
I just think we're dope.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
And I just wish that we knew how dope that we really were.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll keep it mild.
That part. Listen, you know, I think the ill thing too about this place that we call home is that though African American is such a small percentage, it feels so much bigger. Right, because we're so present. Right, and I appreciate you ladies for making the city that much bigger.
Yeah.
Right, in your work with Blackout ICT, because again, it highlights all areas. Because I always say, you know, not everybody can have the north side hood and the corporate folks in the same space and be celebrating each other. Right, and that's so dynamic and so much power, because it bridges a major gap that's often happening. So thank you, ladies, and thank you all for joining us today, sharing your incredible journey. Super excited about the upcoming Blackout ICT Awards. I can't wait to get dressed, get fitted. Listen, and I can't wait to see the positive impact that it continues to have on the community, continue to see people celebrate it. And for our listeners, make sure you mark your calendars for September 7th and join us in celebrating Black excellence in Wichita. Thank you for tuning in to Collaboration Over Competition. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Holla at your boy. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.